What's going on, everybody? How we doing? In today's video, we are doing, this donation request is for Ian, and this is the band Live, which is from the 90s. I was watching MTV all throughout the early 90s and the mid 90s, and I was all about it. Coming home from school and turning it on and watching late at night and listening to all the heavy stuff that they played super late at night, all that. Why was I awake late at night going to school? Talking to my parents. Okay, this is the band Live. This is a song called Pain Lies on the Riverside. This is the album track. I'm not familiar with this. I let Ian know because he asked me. He was like, hey, are you familiar with the band Live? And I'm like, yeah, I know they had like 2 albums that I think I told him about. One was Throwing Copper. The other one was, Secret Samadhi. Secret Samadhi. Is that how you say that word, Samadhi? So this is from their first album, Mental Jewelry. That's what it looks like. Is that right? Yeah, this is the first track off that album. And it's their second album. See, I'm learning things on the fly as we go. Because I don't know, right? I knew Throwing Copper, they played the crap out of that on MTV. Like, crazy. And then Secret Samadhi I also listened to. So this is that track off of that album, Pain Lies on the Riverside. If you're new here, please subscribe. Check out my videos, all kinds of videos, reaction videos, bass videos, music videos. Check it out. If you like the channel, you want to support the channel, you can hit super thanks underneath this video. You can hit me direct in the description. I got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Amazon wishlist, mailing address, and I do donation videos like this one. If there's something you want me to listen to, watch, talk about, question, hit me direct, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. In the notes section, leave a description, leave a link. Let me know what you want the video to be on, and I'll make the video. Or if you can't figure any of that stuff out, you can email me. I've been getting emails also. jpanreadsemail@gmail.com. That's also in the description, okay? Cool. Awesome. All right, so Pain Lies on the Riverside. Let's check this out. Bam. That percussion instrument right off the bat, like it's some kind of shake, like
I have never taken life, yet I have often paid the price, and you are a victim of this age. That hangs around your neck has got me locked up in a cage. You got to learn to live until no end.
that guitar is kind of thin. Reminds me of the thin Alex likes it sounds. section. That was kind of a cool section. Sounds like there's a lot of like overdub stuff. There's vocals back there. Yeah, it sounds like there's something going on back there that's like kind of muddying it up isn't what I mean, but hopefully you understand what I mean when I say that when you're hearing this. Because it's not that it's muddy, it's just like it's hard to decipher some things during that section because it sounds like things are kind of layered. Okay, so this is pretty cool, but here's the thing that I think is interesting about this. I actually think that the song is kind of weak, but the performance, there are aspects that make it less weak, and I think that it speaks to how good the band is. Okay, and I'm saying that as somebody who, you know, knows some things about this band, but not a ton. I haven't like super dug into their discography. It's been since the 90s since I've listened to them, right? So, and I only knew those two other albums, right? So I've never heard this before ever. But to me, right off the bat, when I hear something like like that kind of bass line, that's like really kind of, it reminds me of like playing in high school. I am not trying to offend, I'm just trying to give you my honesty, right? It's just like kind of a basic bass line, but the thing that makes this track to me is the overall performance of the band, specifically the singer and the drummer. Ed, however you say his last name, is carrying these guys across the finish line, but he's not just like dragging them. I mean, maybe he's dragging them to an extent. Maybe this is a terrible metaphor, but he is like running with them. You know, he's like really going all out, and he sounds awesome. He sounds great. Also, Chad Gracie, I'm assuming is the drummer, because Patrick Dahlheimer, right? I've seen that guy's name on. Those are also the days when I used to check out like Bass Player magazine, right? In the 90s and the early 2000s, mostly the late 90s. I was checking out Bass Player magazine. Anyway, so I know that that's the bass player. Chad Gracie's the drummer, and he sounds, how he's playing, the stuff that he's doing with the hi-hat is like really pushing this song along, propelling, that's the word I'm looking for, is really propelling this song along, making it kind of exciting, right? How he's playing that hi-hat. And I think Ed's performance is really, those two guys, that's what makes it to me. Because other than that, like, the song is kind of basic in terms of chord changes, and I'm not paying attention to lyrics. I'm not catching any of that. So you guys know me about that. I don't know. Most of the time I don't catch that kind of stuff. But it's the changes are kind of basic. But what Ed is doing with the melody, but more specifically, not just the melody, but like his improvisations with it, his embellishments with it is what's making it exciting for me, and the drums. The guitar, so this is 91, right? And we remember Rush, 91, Roll the Bones, even a little bit before that, right? 89. Alex's guitar is just sounding kind of really thin, right? It sounds a lot pretty similar to this, just like really thin kind of sounding guitar when it's like doing those chick chick chick, right? When it's chucking like that. Yeah, that's what I think about this. They sound good though. They sound good though. I think that the song and things like the bass, I'm a bass player, right? The bass line itself is just kind of, things were kind of like that in the 90s though, a little bit, like bass lines like that. Like it's almost like a jam band bass line. You know, do you know what I mean by that? Like guys can just like jam on that. Hey, I got this song, let's play it, and like you just come up with a quick bass line like that. You know, like it's not melodic, it's not like hooky, right? It's kind of like you're just outlining the changes in a jammy kind of way. I don't know. It's hard for me to fully say what it is, but hopefully you know what I mean, and hopefully you get it, right? And get where I'm coming from. Maybe somebody can put it better than me. You know that I'm not one to be a wordsmith, right? But I'm trying to express myself with words the best I can. That's what I think of it. But the band sounds great. They do. They sound great. And I see this was mixed by Tom Lord Alge, who's, a super mega, what the hell do you call those guys? A super mega engineer with a zillion credits, right? One of those guys. Look at this guy. He's from New Jersey. Weezer, Sum 41, Rolling Stones, Pink, Peter Gabriel, Dave Matthews Band, Blink 182, etc., 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 etc. Really cool. Yeah, I did like it. Given the weak song, the performance for me is really what made it. So dig it. Awesome. Thanks, Ian. I'll catch you guys in the next video.